One of the most important steps I like to do in the practice when I'm helping somebody is we want to help them improve detoxification. Now, why is this important? Because if we can help them improve detoxification, not only are we going to help them right now to get rid of these toxins, but we're going to set them up for future exposures and help their body be able to get rid of it more effectively so they don't get this buildup again and start to create this havoc and chaos inside their system. So we need to work on trying to help them with their detoxification. So like I wrote earlier, what are we going to help them with? So we're going to help them improve liver detoxification. So again, this is not a liver detox, right? Because there's a difference between cleaning the liver and improving the ability for the liver to do its job, which is a detoxification step. So an analogy would be if I cleaned the engine, like if I just sprayed it all down, got all the gunk out there, got all the grease and everything, and the engine's sparkling clean, looking brand new again, is that going to make the engine run better? Of course it won't, because what if there's a problem with the spark plugs? What if there's a problem with some built up gunk in the injectors or whatever else is going on in the engine? We have to then go in and improve the engine itself and degrease or whatever else of the engine to improve the function of the engine. So this is the same thing. There's lots of teas and different things you can take through supplements to detox the liver, but that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to improve the ability for the liver to do its own detoxification. And when we're talking about that, there is phase 1, 2, and 3 detoxification steps. We have to make sure they're all working appropriately, especially phase 2 and phase 3, because that's where a lot of these toxins have to go through. So we're going to improve gallbladder as well. Detoxification. We're going to improve GI detoxification. And we're going to improve kidney detoxification. So we want to make sure that all these guys are working effectively to make sure things are being moved out appropriately. So we're just redoing this over and over and over until everything starts functioning more optimally. So this is our major focus when we're handling this, okay? Now on top of that, we want to help the body get rid of things as well, help it reduce inflammation. So some of the focuses that we're going to work on to help this person detoxify more effectively is not only helping those organs, and we can use specific nutraceuticals, we can use specific herbs and supplementation to give the body the dense nutrition that it needs to help support that detoxification step, to help it improve the function and make it happen quicker. But we also want to make sure we're addressing diet. So what type of food should this person be eating, right? I'm not just talking about the keto diet or the paleo diet or whatever the diet are out there, but essentially our focus is we want to give a diet that's going to help decrease inflammation, right? Because how can you heal in an inflamed environment? How can your body get better if it's still inflamed? So the one thing that we can totally control is what you put into your body. What you put into your body is going to either increase inflammation or it's going to decrease inflammation. So if we can give you the right types of foods to help your body get into a foundation that healing can take place, that is the key factor. The food is not going to heal you. The food is going to get you an environment that healing can take place. So it's going to help that process. It's either going to make it worse or better, but it's not going to do the only healing by itself. So we have to make sure we're doing other things beyond food when we have all these toxins that are going on inside the body. So we also want to make sure that we're reducing stress, right? Reducing stress is going to be huge because if your cortisol levels are up, you're putting inflammation. So we can do things like breathing techniques, breathing, meditation. Sleeping is really important during this process, and just making sure you're around good people and in good environments. So looking at your environment as well. Okay, that's going to help this process also. We also want to use specifics. I'm just going to use it as supplements right now, but they could be nutraceuticals, which are blends, herbs, minerals, and sort of things to help your body detoxify more effectively. So the supplements are they're going to be used for a couple different features. Number one, to help pull the toxins from the tissues. That's really important because oftentimes these toxins will just be lodged up in your body. We need certain things that we can use to help pull the toxins out. Then we're gonna help guide it to your detoxification centers, which is gonna be what? The liver, the gallbladder, etc. The things we talked about earlier. So we're gonna help these toxins go through those different phases to get eventually into the gut. And then we're gonna use additional supplements. We'll just put our hair additional, we're blue and blue. Additional supplements called binders. And what the binders are gonna do is they're gonna grab onto these toxins and help your body eliminate it through the feces, even partially through the urine as well, so to get these toxins out. As you do this over and over and over, not only are you pulling the toxins, eliminate the cells, the tissues, and your immune system being exposed to these toxins, but you're also improving your body's ability to get rid of it on its own. You're reteaching the body to do it on its own. And then eventually you can get it to the gut to help it advance the process of getting it out by using specific binders to help it get out. You're still going to be helping to improve the ability to get out on its own, but you can speed up the process. Because when you're doing things like this, it can take some time. Because there's two ways of handling this type of toxins. There's the traditional. We have the traditional. Traditional method, which is like a chelation situation. So when you have like heavy metal toxins and things like that, you can do chelation. That the traditional way is to go. It's an IV treatment. They give you specific nutrients to help advance this process. The problem is the issue. It's very hard on the kidneys. So it's tough on the kidneys and also can create negative symptoms. The person can just feel crummy. So symptoms. So the person can just feel really bad. So the good news on this though, so this is bad. The good is that it's fast. Usually between 1, maybe 3 months. For most people. So you can eliminate these toxins very quickly through chelation treatment, which is usually an IV type treatment. But you have these bad potential issues like it can be really hard and harsh on the kidneys, can increase the risk of kidney problems, but it is quick. Now the second way, we'll just call this one. The second one is more of a natural chelation. And that's what we were talking about before. So this is where we can use diet, we can use supplements, and more of other type techniques that are more natural that are still going to help you get rid of these toxins. Now, the bad news is that it takes time. Could take up to 3 to 6 months. Plus, could take longer even. The good news is there's minimal, if any, symptoms or side effects. I can't spell today. Let's put side effects. So that's the good news, is that there are minimal side effects. The bad news is it takes a little bit longer. But either way is going to be able to help you get rid of these toxins. Now it just depends on what your style is. Are you more like, I want it now, I want it fast, and I'm totally comfortable with having to go through the process of maybe having these negative side effects and other symptoms that are associated? Or are you more comfortable doing things on a slow, easy pace to allow your body to catch up? There's one more thing I wanted to mention here. I'm out of space. I'm not going to write it here. I'm just going to tell you. When you do this chelation process, the more traditional way, it's not setting your ability to improve detoxification up for future years. Meaning they're just going to push the toxins out, but if you have poor detoxification, it's still going to be there, which means if you get in contact with these types of toxins again, you're vulnerable from coming back. Whereas the natural chelation, if you will, is going to set you up to get these toxins out now, but also set you up for future benefits. So if you come in these contact again, your body is much more suited to handle it and get rid of them on its own naturally. So obviously my biased opinion is to do the natural because what we do in the practice, we've seen long-standing amazing results by doing this. Does it take a little bit longer? Yep, absolutely. So, but the good things always come to people who wait, essentially, right? So hopefully, now that we've done, part 1, part 2, part 3, now part 4, you're more aware, you're more educated on what needs to be done and why toxins are very harmful and the potential impact it can have on your body. If you have any specific questions, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll go through and I'll answer all the questions directly. Or if there's anything that you had more that you wanted me to go into, let me know. I can do an advanced video on this type of topic as well. So I think it's so massively important and such a common thing that we see that is aggravating and causing so many issues and why you're sick and why you're not getting better. So we have to start looking beyond the traditional methods, just trying to reduce symptoms and helping you feel better, but getting to the root cause of what's really happening to the surface. Hopefully this was a valuable video for you today and you were able to get some good education. If you did, please like our page, comment below that it was beneficial, and please share the video to your social network because I guarantee someone is going to get some value out of this as well. I'll put my contact information in there if you're interested in discussing more about your scenario and what's going on with your condition and looking to get more help. I'm more than happy to do a virtual consultation with you to evaluate your case to see if toxins potentially could be one of your problems that needs to be further investigated and what needs to be done to get you back on track. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.